This conference will now be recorded.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. So, what you're going to learn? Anyone knows?
Advanced MS Excel.
Yeah. MS Excel. Okay. Have you heard about this MS Excel before? Have you used before? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, what is the use of Excel? Any answers?
It is a spreadsheet application from sir.
Excel. Okay. So, first, if I tell MS Excel, what is mean by MS?
Microsoft.
Microsoft. Very good. What is Microsoft? It's a software. So, Microsoft, it's a software company. Under Microsoft, we have lots of products like MS Windows, MS Excel, Word, PowerPoint, Outlook. So like that, we have lots of softwares under MS. That means Microsoft. Okay. So who is the owner of Microsoft? Who? Anyone knows?
Bill Gates, sir.
Still people are coming? Yeah. Bill Gates. Good. So nowadays they're producing hardware parts also like monitor, computer, mobile phones. So lots of product under Microsoft they're producing, but Microsoft when they started they're producing only softwares. So Microsoft. Okay. So, but what we are going to learn is Microsoft Office. In that, so why it is called Office? Anyone knows why they calling this softwares like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook? This everything they calling as Microsoft Office. Anyone knows?
Because it is mainly used for office purpose, sir.
Office purpose. Example, anyone knows what is the use of Word?
Text documents, sir, to type text and edit text.
Yeah, mainly for documentation. So using this, I can create some documents like letters, letterheads, resume. So like that, we can create related to text. Lot of things we can create by using MS Word. We can create even brochures, business cards. Those things also it is possible by MS Word. And next, which we are going to learn is Excel. So what is this? Data. We can call this as data management because we can store a lot of data. And other than that, it is also called as accounting software, correct? Because we can do lots of formulas in this. Okay. So we can do a lot of things in MS Excel. We can store data, we can analyze data, we can organize the data. So lots of things we can do with Excel. And have you heard about PowerPoint?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is for presentation. Suppose if you're working in a company, So you have to learn presentation also. That means under you many people will be working, like around you will be like team leader. So under you around 10 employees will be there, means you have to do a new project. So you have to explore them with good presentation so they can understand easily. So like that. So these are the main softwares always the people should learn when they go for MS Office. Okay, so in this more important is Excel, MS Excel. Okay, okay. So what we are going to learn is MS Excel 2016. Okay, so but we have lots of versions. Every 3 years they're releasing one new versions. Example, the latest version is 2019. MS Excel or MS Office 2019 is the latest version, and before that 2016, 2013, 2010, and before that 2007. Like that it goes on. So from 1985 from we have MS Excel, that means MS Office. Okay, so if anyone asks if I want to use Excel, what is the requirement? What is the requirement for MS Excel or MS Office? That means the system hardware requirement or software requirement. So if these things are there, means I can work on Excel. So like that, anything is there?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
We required hardware, software, electricity,
Okay, good. Next. So
user.
okay, hardware in the sense, if I use like Windows XP, in that I can use 2019 MS Word, sorry, MS Excel. Is that possible to use if I
No,
use
sir.
Windows XP? So we need a latest version also, because it depends on the version of the MS Office. We need to change the operating system also, because so this is Windows 7. So I'm using 2016 Pro Plus. So almost equals to 2019. So in this almost I can use anything. That means I can use 2016 also, 2013 also, 2010 also. The lower version, anything I can use. But 2019 Windows 7 won't support. Okay, so if I want to use 2017, I need Windows 10. So like that, system requirement compulsory. So what is Windows? Anyone knows what is Windows?
No, sir.
So Windows is called operating system. So if I have hardware also, if Windows is not there, I can't install MS Office, because MS Excel is called application software. So we need system software before installing MS Excel. If you go for interview, if they ask system requirement, you should tell I should have some good hardware like CPU, good CPU like more than Core i3, because we can work less than that also. But still, if you have a good processor, we can work smoothly, because we have to work fast. So for that purpose we need good operating system and CPU, RAM, and storage also. Storage is compulsory, because we will be storing lots of files. So storage is most important. And after that, RAM. So nowadays mobile phone only we have 4 GB RAM, 6 GB RAM, 12 up to 12 GB, 16 GB, and all it's there for mobile phone itself. Because to work faster and to work on more application like multitasking, so RAM is used for multitasking. Always remember, RAM is also more important. When you want to buy a laptop also, if you want to work on Excel, if when you're buying for a laptop, so make sure that which laptop you're going to buy. So minimum of Core i3, at least 4 GB RAM. So then you can work better. You can work on 2 GB RAM also, but 4 GB is recommended one. And Intel Core i3 also it's recommended one. And after that, storage. You can install, if you have 50 GB of storage, you can install the MS Office, but we need more storage for storing the files. So these are the basic requirements for MS Excel, and other than that, power supply, everything is required. Okay, now we'll get into the MS Excel software. So before that, I'll show one PPT for you so you can understand more. And mention your names properly. Based on these names only, we are going to give the attendance. Okay. So when you're logging in, enter your name properly. Otherwise, your attendance will be taken as absent. So make sure that your name is proper. Okay. So everyone, if you can inform those who are not here, inform them. They have to type their name properly. Okay. So MS Excel. Okay. Word is called, that means in Word we are the word we will call as document. So Excel, how we will call, is that a document?
No, sir.
Then what is this? What is Excel then?
It's like
Software.
so.
No, Excel is a software. Using that, if we create anything, what is that called? Is that a document or a video, audio, like that, or image, or
Document.
one more word, spreadsheet?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So whatever inside we
Table.
are using, it's not example Word. We are Word, it's called a document. Inside that we will use pages, so that is Word. But Excel, whatever you're going to using Excel, whatever you're going to create, it is called workbook, and inside that is, it is called spreadsheet. Okay, always remember that Excel is called workbook. It is not called as document. I like that PowerPoint is called presentation. Inside that it is called slides. So Word, it is called pages and a document. Excel workbook, and inside it is called spreadsheets or sheets, and presentation and slides in PowerPoint. Okay. So Excel is a spreadsheet software. Always remember that Excel is a spreadsheet software. Used for storing large amount of data, analyzing data, and so we can print that also. And other than that, we can organize the data properly. You can do lots of you can use lots of formulas, so you can make your work easily. So that is the use of Excel based on the accounts. And you can store lot of data. Lot of data means if you have thousands of employees in your company, you can store everyone's detail, including name, register number, mail ID, phone number, everything you can store. And whenever you want, you can analyze data. Example, particularly a person data you can take whenever you want within 5 seconds. For that, you should learn MS Excel properly. And if you go to airports and all, they'll be using lack of, that means one day they'll be using a lack of data. So if anything happens, they have to give the data properly. So they'll also maintain MS Excel only. And Excel is the one of the best spreadsheet applications available. Okay, so everyone knows, because almost everywhere we are using MS Excel only. But nowadays Google Sheets becomes more popular because of it can be accessible and more but you can't work on offline, but it is online purpose. Suppose if you are entering a data that can be accessed and that can't be shared to anyone, those mail ID you're giving, only they can access. So that is Google Sheets, but in Excel also that is possible. For that you should link with your Outlook mail ID. So in Excel also, like Google Spreadsheets, you can use. And next that so in Excel, anyone opened Excel? Maybe a lot of people may used, because from childhood itself we are learning Excel. So if you open Excel, what is there? It's a blank page will be there. Any blank page if you open Excel, what
No,
will be
sir.
there? Then what
Rows
will be
and
there?
column is there.
Rows and columns. Okay, where rows and column meets, what is that called?
Cell.
Cell. Very good. So if row and column meets, that is called cell. Okay, so what is row and what is column? In horizontal wise it is called column. Which one is column? Horizontal wise or vertical?
Horizontal.
Horizontal is called rows and vertical is called column. Don't forget
Column.
that. Yeah, so horizontally it is called rows. I'll explain afterwards, don't worry. And after that, so I can analyze complex data, as I said before. Only if you go to airports, they'll be having a lack of data, so that also you can analyze easily. We have lots of things like pivot chart, pivot table, and after that VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, some other formulas like logical formulas. So like that we have lots of formulas. Using that formula you can customize the data easily, and you can, if you type the name, automatically it will show the details of the person. So like that also you can do. So Excel file is called workbook. In Excel we can insert n number of workbooks. So that means depends on your system storage, you can create n number of workbook, not sheets, workbook. Okay, so first we'll create a workbook. So we have three methods to open MS Excel. Okay, so one method is going to start menu. Start button or start menu, and then search for Excel, then give OK. So this is one method. And next method is step 2. You have to press Windows button plus R. So you know what is window button? So then most of the keyboard has window button. Then run command box will come. So if you press window button plus R, this kind of run command will come. In that you can type as Excel. Then give OK. So it will open Excel software. So there you have to type as Excel. Then give OK. And this is one more method. So once again I'll show. One is going to start menu. Here you can type as Excel. So it will display the software, just give OK. So in this method we are not creating the workbook. That means we are not creating the file. Just now we have opened the software only. But so one more method, Windows run. In that you type as Excel, then give OK. So this method also will open only the software. It won't open, or it won't create the files. And one more method is right clicking on the desktop and go for new. Okay, right click on the desktop or inside any folders. Inside any folders also you can do that. Just right click, go for new, and create Microsoft Excel worksheet. So in this method, we have created the file. We are not yet open the software. We have just created the file. So we have just created the file. If you double click on that, it will open with MS Office software, MS Excel software. Okay. So remember the difference. So file is like this. So example, this is Excel file, and we have this all called application softwares, and this is folder. See, like this, we have different types of files. This is PDF file. This is C language file. So like that, file is like which has some extension. So Excel has some extension. What is that? XLSX. This is the extension for Excel. So once you create any file, that file will contain extension. So Excel will be saved in .xlsx. So this is the format for Excel. Okay. So I have opened which is already I've created demo.xlsx. Or else if you're creating after opening the software, that is also fine. So I'll go for start menu or Windows run command you can use for opening the software. So when you're opening the software, it will ask to create new blank workbook. So after clicking on blank workbook, still the file is not saved yet. So by default, it will create as book 1. By default, it will create as book 1. So always remember default name is book 1, and by default it will create seat 1, and by clicking on this plus symbol you can create a number of seats. Okay. A number of seat in the sense Excel you can create only up to 255 seats. So more than 255 seats you can't create in a file. That means in one workbook only you can create maximum of 255 seats. So that one I'll show how to create and where to create. Okay. So this each thing is called cells, and vertical wise it is called column, and horizontal wise it is called rows. So rows and columns. Excel is full of rows and columns only, and cells. And columns will be always in alphabetic order, and rows will be always in numeric order. Okay. So what is the maximum rows available in Excel? Anyone knows what is the maximum rows available in Excel?
256.
No, maximum rows. I'll press Control plus down arrow. You can go to the end of the row.
I think
You
1
can
crore 4 something, the 1 crore 043.
you can see here 10,48,576 rows you can by default it can create. So every Excel sheet has 10,48,576 rows. So you can use Control down arrow for going to the end of the row. Again, to go to the start, just Control up arrow. So it will go to the start of the row. So you can see it here. 10,48,576 rows will be there by default in each workbook and each sheet. So we can create up to 255 sheets. In each sheets, it can contain this much of rows and this much of columns. But columns, if you see, it won't show in numeric order. So it will show in alphabetic order only. So if you press Control right arrow, it will go to the end of the column. Control right arrow. So what is the last column name? It is XFD. Remember this also, XFD. But in numeric order, if you want, means 16,000.
384.
Yeah, 384. 16,384. So this one, how to calculate that? That I'll tell you later, because we have to use formula. How to calculate rows. Okay. And control left arrow to come back to the first cell. Suppose if you don't know where, in which cell or which row you are. So that time, suppose I'm in some other like this. You want to go to the first cell, that is, which is called A1. That one, if you want to go, just press Control left arrow and up arrow. So it will go to the A1 cell. So this is called A1. That means you can see here in which cell you are, A1. Suppose if you're clicking is this one is Z10. That means Z means row, column, and 10 means row. So are in this particular cell. So always you can identify by here. So control left arrow is for start of the first column, and control right arrow is for end of the column, and control up arrow and down arrow is for first or last rows. So again, whatever I've given, same thing to start with MS Excel. So XLSX. Nowadays we have XLSX 2007 to so 2007 to 2019 we have XLX. Then before that, what we had only XLS only. Here we have XLSX. What is this X stands for? Anyone knows? Why we were using this X? Why they changed this to this?
Don't know, sir.
Okay. Example, why they introduced this X means this X stands for XML language. Okay. That means extended markup language, XML. Why they introduced that means, example, if I create any file in the upper version, that means the latest version, I can't use in the previous version when we have this kind of extension. That means without XML format. Suppose if you created any file in 2019 version, you can't use that in 2013, 7 or 16 or 2010. The lower version you can't use the file, you can't open at all. So to solve that problem, they introduced XML. So you can use that files in any version. Suppose if I created any files in 2017, that one you can open in 2019 also, or 2016, 10 also. And same like that, if we create any files in the latest version, example, you created some files in 2016, that one you can open in the lower version like 2007, 3, 2, anything. So that is the use of Excel. Sorry, X. And now also you can save without X. If you save that, it won't open. Suppose if it is opens also, the lot of feature it won't accept in the lower version. Okay, so that is the use of X. Actually, original extension for Excel is only XLS. So if we save only this format also, it can accept, it can open wherever you want, it can open, but it has to be the higher version. So remember this also. Again, whatever I told, control up arrow goes to first of the column and the sheet. So this also can you have to remember, because Excel we have to use lots of shortcuts. If you use the shortcuts only, you will become professional and you can save lot of time. But as a beginner, use mouse only, no issues. And because you should know where the options, where it is each time when you use the mouse, so you can remember this option is here, this option is there, like that. But otherwise, once you learn the software, you have to use the shortcuts. So Excel has lots of shortcuts, but learn some basic shortcuts like this and all, very basic. And I'll tell you in each class, I'll tell you different shortcuts. Okay. So up to this, any doubts, any confusion you have, anyone?
No, sir.
Yeah. What about others? What is cell? What is row? Sorry, what is row or column? Okay. So then we'll see the workspace. So this is our workspace. So I'll take the screenshot of my workspace. So I'll use print screen button. Then I'll open MS Paint. So here I'll paste it. So in this, the first thing is called title bar. So I'll take some other color. So this is called title bar. And this everything is called, sorry, before that I'll explain this. These are called tabs, not menus, tabs. But in other softwares, it is called a tab, sorry, menu. But here it is called tabs. Example, home tab, insert tab, page layout tab, formula tab, data tab. Like the tabs only you have to call. You should not call this as menus. Okay, tabs. And this is called quick access toolbar. This everything is called quick access toolbar. That means to access something quickly. So example, save, undo, redo, like that. So this is called quick access toolbar. And these are some other, like first this is to close the application, and this is to restore or maximize, minimize. This minus symbol is for minimize, and this arrow symbol is for ribbon option. This is for ribbon option. So what is ribbon? So this is called, from here to here, it is called ribbon. So this blue box is called ribbon up to this. So inside ribbon, so this, once you click home button, you'll get this option. Example, this is inside ribbon and this is home ribbon. For file, it will go to some other options. So that's why it is called ribbon. And inside ribbon, we'll be having different types of groups. So this, you can see a vertical line. So the up to this is number group. From here to here, it is alignment group. From here to here, it is style group. So in the bottom, you can see the names: number group, alignment group, font group. So this box, so we'll be inside ribbon, we'll be having different types of groups and group options. Example, if we take font group, we'll be having different types of options like bold, italic, underline. These are called group options. And this one is called dialog box. If we click on this icon, related to that, it'll one dialog box, one small dialog box will appear. Related to font group, one dialog box will appear. So that is dialog box icon. And already you know, this is cells and rows and columns. And this one is called formula bar. This empty box is called formula bar. So inside this only, suppose if you are using the formula, inside this only it will be visible. Okay, and the cell properties also will be displayed here itself. So this is called formula bar. And here you can see your cell details and which cell you are. And other than that, this is scroll in, scroll down button. Okay, now come back to the software. And the number of seats you have created, and in the bottom you can see status bar. This is called status bar. From here to here, it is called status bar. In the status bar, you can see the status of your document. Example, view panels. These are called view panels or view options. Reading mode, normal mode, and this one is zoom in, zoom out slider. Zoom in, zoom out slider. For zoom in, zoom out, you can hold Control key and you can use scroll in, scroll up button also. For zoom in, zoom out only. After holding Control key, scroll up and scroll down for zoom in, zoom out. So I'll give you the shortcuts afterwards. So the workspace, tabs, ribbon, groups and group options, formula bar, scroll down, scroll up, and scroll left, right, status bar and quick access toolbar. And this small arrow is called customize quick access toolbar, to customize whatever it is here, whether you want this or not. If you click on this, you'll see example, if you don't want the save icon, we can untick that. If you don't want undo redo, you can disable or enable. So that is the use of customize quick access toolbar. And more about customize quick access toolbar we'll see in upcoming class. So in this, in the workspace, anyone has question? So, and this is remember this is your title bar and this is your title, tabs, and this is your ribbon option. In the ribbon option, you can see whether you want to display the ribbon or not. So auto hide the ribbon, so the ribbon will be hidden. So this will be those who knows more about Excel, that means they'll be using only shortcuts. They will hide the Excel ribbons. And so tabs, only it will display tabs. And if you click on the tab, then it will display the ribbon. So that's why show tabs is there. Now I want to both the tabs and columns, means just enable. So everything will be back. So this is to customize the ribbons and the tabs. Okay, anyone has doubt in the workspace? Any questions? Okay, good. So I'll give 5 minutes break, then I'll continue again. So exactly 12:05 I'll start, or 12:06. We can take 5 minutes break. We'll continue. Okay, suppose if you want to take again new documents, always go to file menu, go for new, there you click on blank workbook. When you click on the new option, we'll get lot of templates also, which is already provided by Microsoft company. Okay, so they have created already some documents, sorry, workbooks. So that one you can use it whenever you want. So or else you want to create your own workbook means you can click on blank workbook. So what is template? I'll tell you later. And before, so we'll see about what is file menu. So once you click on the file menu, first thing you see is info. Okay, but sometimes you'll see the info in the downward also, no problem. So the info, if we click, the properties it will display. This one we will see later, how to protect documents, this and all. Protect document means you can put password for this file so that no one can use. And the property of the document. So size, so the file is not yet saved. That's why the size is not displaying, and the title is also not yet created. Tags not yet created. So nothing, because I've taken just a blank document. So that is info. Suppose if you are saving this, so already I saved one document, no, that one I'll open. So I saved this as the demo. So I opened this, I go to file, info, and if you see the size is there, but till title is not there, tags categories nothing is there, and this is when it is created. That also you can see last modified and last created. Created is 11:47. So today only I created, just before only, and last modified also after creating I haven't done anything. So that's why no modified date. Suppose if I do some changes here, example, I'll type some word, then I'll save this, control yes. Then if I go back, if you see today 12/9, so the document is created this at this time and the modified at this time. So what is the use of this means, when you're working in a company or in your home or wherever, or your project, college project or anything. So I created a data and that one you saved in your system, but everyone knows to use the system. That means the password everyone knows. So that time, maybe those who don't like you or some people, they changed something in the document, the workbook. Suppose if they changed anything, right now I don't have any data. Suppose when you have lack of data, they changed some data in that or deleted some data. So because you should identify. So next time when you're opening the document, you see the info. So when this document is last modified, if it is when you are edited the document, so if that the time is not changed, okay, no one has checked the document. If that last modified date is changed means someone has changed something in the workbook. So that one you have to remember. So this one you can check always here. Remember this last modified dates, and you can verify the documents, and you can put your author name. So those are created, everything you can type it. And suppose this file name, I don't know where it is. You can, sorry, this file where it is. I want to copy this to pen drive, or say I want to send this to someone means we can give open file location. It will show where it is. So it is there in the desktop. Sometime it will be there in the C drive, E drive. So Sometime it will be there in the C drive, E drive, like that. So that time it will show it is there here, but we don't we haven't opened any file from here. So that is the use of info. So more about info, this protect document inspect the kernel, we'll see later. And next, after info, we have new. So new documents, you can take blank document, or else you can create some templates. Template means already they will be giving some templates related to your field. Example, welcome to Excel. So if you don't know anything about Excel, you just click on this and give create. Okay. So it will create and it will show what to do. So example, it will show some demo data with how to do that, everything it will display. So that is the use of templates. Other than that, we have lots of templates. We'll see that later. And if you go to open, what is the use of open means? To open already which is there in your system. That means existing file, to open existing file. So in my system, I may have lot of Excel files. And if you are used recently, whatever you are used recently, that everything it will show. When I used that, everything will display. So yesterday, today, older, so that everything it will display if we go there. So that is the use of open, or else if it is not displaying here, browse. Suppose if you are using pen drive and all, you can use this method. Go for browse. In the browse, you can check whether USB driver is there or not. But here it is not there because I have not connected. If you have any files in the pen drive, to access that, or else it will show whatever files recently are used here. And when you are used also, it will show. And finally save. For this also we have shortcuts. For new, control N. For open, control O. This is almost common for any kind of softwares. Control N for new book. Control plus O to open. Existing workbook. And everyone knows this also. Control. If you know to use the system, compulsory this shortcuts almost may know this. Control S for save the document. Save the document in your system. And F12 for save as. Save as means like kind of duplicate. So I'll come back here. So save, if you give this document, if it is not saved, means you can give save. Example, this book one is not saved yet. So I'll give save. And it will ask to save where, either desktop or some other folder which you are used recently, or else you can give browse and you can open anywhere you want. Suppose if you want to save again in the desktop only, you can give and give some file name for this. So once again I'll repeat, save, browse to save in your system, desktop, if it is desktop means desktop, or if you want C drive, E drive, you can keep it wherever you want. And my recommendation is don't save any files in the desktop. Why? Means suppose if your operating system is corrupted, whatever files you have in the desktop and that file, everything will get corrupted. Okay, remember that. So always keep in E drive or some other drives. Don't save anything in the C drive. Okay, because C drive is not it's not a trustable one. Operating system goes, everything goes, because we don't know when the operating system will get corrupt. So that's why don't save anything in C drive. Why? And what is C drive means? Nothing but desktop downloads, recent files, and library files, exam documents, music, pictures, everything. This everything is in C drive only. By default, it will save in C drive. So which is there in the C drive? If the operating system goes, everything goes. So always save in some other drive like E drive, D drive, depends on your system. Okay, in other drives, except which is, we'll be seeing a window icon. In that window icon, you don't save anything. Other than that, you can save any file in any drive. But I'm showing a demo thing. If it goes also, no problem. So you can give some name for this. And here it will show some types. We have lots of types which Excel can support. So right now we'll use Excel workbook only and give OK. So this is the type and this is file name. Remember that file name you have to type it here, and file type you have to choose here. Then give save. That's it. So, and you can see the title. Always see the title, which document you are working on it. So now I'm working on sample, and I have one more also, demo. So after this, if you do any changes, and if you want to save this, always press Ctrl S or go to file menu. When you're saving the second time, it won't save as a new document. It will save in the current document only. So when you want to save as new document, go to file, save as. That one if you give, again it will ask. So I'll give demo copy. So it is like taking backup. So I may have lot of contents. When I try to edit that, I may edit correctly also, or sometimes it may be wrong also. So that to solve that problem, always take a copy and work on the copy file. Okay, so always the original file will be there like backup. Suppose if anything happens here, we can verify with the original documents. So that is the use of save as. Save as is almost like taking as a duplicate. So save as, so that is the difference between save and save as. Save will save the in the current document if you do any changes. Save as will create one more duplicate of the file. Okay. And after that we have print. So print we'll see later. And for print, shortcut is Control P. Control plus P for print. So remember this. Control P for print. So print option we'll see afterwards. Once we create the document, because we didn't find anything to print because nothing I've created. So we'll see later. And share. What is the use of share? So save to clouds. Anyone has the idea about what is cloud storage? Anyone has the idea about what is cloud storage?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
That it like it's not a physical way, something like a store in the cloud. It's like system, something a store which we
Which you can get a backup of for a long time, sir.
Yeah. Example, anyone, almost everyone is using Android phone, no, or iPhone also. In iPhone means
yes.
there you will be having iCloud, and Android phone means Google Drive. So in Google Drive, you can upload files, and if your mobile phone is not there also, you can log in your mail, and wherever you want, you can download that file, correct, without your mobile phone.
Yes, sir.
Same thing cloud storage also. From Microsoft side, they providing OneDrive. Like Google Drive, they're providing OneDrive. So if you have Outlook account or Microsoft account, you can log into OneDrive and you can save any file to that, and always it can be accessible once you log in that mail wherever you want. Suppose if you're editing in this system, suppose if you want somewhere else, there you can log in that mail, you can download that file and you can use it. So there is no need of copying to pen drive or asking someone to send that file. So always you can take a backup in cloud storage like Google Drive. And after this, here you can see share with people. So what is the use of share with people? So example, here I may create some details also. Example, name. So just select the cell and type the details. So mobile number. Or you can type register number also. So what I can do, I'll give share. If I give share with people, know this document. So it will ask three concepts, which is again you need Outlook account for this. Example, if I share this, there can be a commenter like in WhatsApp, Facebook are doing comment, no, like that. WhatsApp, not Instagram, Facebook. After that, this thing, editor and viewer. So these three things are there. When you give share with people, so the people can edit these documents. Suppose they can type something in this. So that is the use of share with people. And so I should give permission for them. So they'll be having Outlook account. If I enter that Outlook account of them, and only they can open that file and they can only type anything in that. Other than that, if they share also, no one can edit that, no one can copy that. So it won't give permission for them to edit or view or comment. Whatever mail ID are given to edit this or view this or comment this, only they can use this. So that is share with people. So that is there in Google already. So in Google, you try that Google Sheets. Okay, almost in every system. If you have Android mobile phone, it will be there. Google Sheets. You can download as an application in mobile phone. If it is system, means log in your mail ID, so you can use that Google Sheets. So that is share with people. Again, email. You can directly send this document to email. Again, you need Outlook account for this. Send as attachment, send as something like Gmail. You're sending, same thing. Send as attachment or send as PDF, XPS, or send as fax, like that. So that is the use of share. But for these three things, you need Microsoft login account and you need original software of Microsoft. And after that, export. So you can export in other formats also, not only in Excel file. So Excel file, once you save, again whenever you want, you can edit that. But once you save in export like PDF or XPS, you can't edit back. Okay, so this is like final output when you're so you're thinking that this is my final. So I edited everything, so my final work is done. So that time we can give export as PDF. So everyone knows what is PDF. PDF stands for portable document format, correct? So everyone knows what is PDF. Almost in your college, in your colleges, you will be using CAM scanner to convert to PDF, or else you will be downloading lots of notes from internet as a PDF. So PDFs like a text document or which contains sometimes images also. and you can't edit that. So that is PDF. So PDF format is created by Adobe company. So Adobe is a corporation company. They have created PDF formats. But from Windows side, that means Microsoft side, they introduced XPS. Okay, so they introduced XPS. It is also similar to this thing only, like PDF only, almost same. So anyone has doubt in this? What is?
No, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So next, okay. So this XPS is nothing XML paper specification. So again, XML language to support all kind of. That means if you open in any system, it will open when you save XPS. So whichever in XML format, you can open almost in every system. That's why. So you can save as PDF or XPS document format. So that again we'll see later. Again same thing, publish, save to clouds. So this publish to Power BI, it is totally different. You need to purchase this. So this one we are not going to see. And close. Close, to close the document. Sometime in different application like exit, close, quit, like that it will come. So for closing the software, you can use the shortcut Alt plus F4. Not only for Excel, if you press Alt plus F4, almost any software will get closed, including Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Notepad, Paint, including shut down the system also. Alt plus F4 if you press, it will get close. So close the software or close the application. But one more thing is there, Control plus W. It won't close the document, close the current workbook. Close the current workbook. Example, if I press Control W, so still the software is running. Control W. I will give don't save. See, software is not closed. Only the book current that book which we opened, that sample 1.x 1.xlx, only that one is closed. So that is Control W. Only it will close current workbook. And always you can go for recent documents. You can open that. And after that, account. So account is so once you click on account, it will show your version of your MS Office and whether it is activated or not. So it is Office, product is activated, Microsoft Office Professional Plus, and when you are install this software with this in the system, MS Access, Excel, OneNote, Outlook, PowerPoint, and Publisher, and Word, Skype. This every application is installed in this system with this. Okay, so that is the use of account. In the account, you can check what and all application is there in the system in MS Office, and you can check the version of your MS Office, Microsoft Office Professional Plus. And you can check about Excel also. And if it is there any updates, you can check it here. So for that you need original software. And I can do updates, no issues. So but it will take time. I don't want to do. And after that, Office theme. What is the use of Office theme? Colorful dark gray. Example, in mobile phone we have themes, no? What is themes? In mobile phone we have, anyone? What is themes? Hello?
Colorful animation in phone, sir.
Yeah, in mobile
Colorful.
phone also. Yeah, in mobile phone we have dark theme, light theme, like that we have, no?
Yes,
So if you
sir.
click, yeah, if you click on dark theme, everything becomes dark. The text will become white. If it is light theme, background everything will be white and colorful. Okay, and the text becomes dark. So same thing here. By default, colorful will be there. If you want a dark gray, you can choose as dark gray, like mobile phone. So that is the use of themes. No, I want pure white means same thing again. So everything will become pure white in the top, everything. So like that you can change by going to accounts. So I'll make it colorful by default, which is there. Or if you want, sometime I'll used to work in dark gray also. Again, you can sign in. So if you have mail account, you can sign in Microsoft mail account. And feedback, same, you are giving feedback for application in the Play Store, no? Same thing you can hear whether you liked it or not liked it. Or if you want to develop something in the MS Excel, you can give a suggestion. So if you want to give any suggestion for them, so this option, if it is there, means it will be go to like that. And finally, options. This option is to customize the Excel. So that one we'll see later, how to customize Excel. So right now, for practice purpose, I'll give some just demo things. Okay. After File tab, we have Home tab. In the Home tab, if you take, first thing is Clipboard group. So this entire thing is Home ribbon. In that we have different types of groups, which is Clipboard group. In the Clipboard group, we have cut, copy, paste, and format painter, and one small dialog box also. If you click on that, this thing will come. So what is that, we'll see later. Okay, so I don't have any data to practice now, so I need something to practice. Okay, as a beginner, I need to something to practice. So what I'll do, just select any cell, just type what you want. I'll type as name. Example, we'll create some mark sheet, demo mark sheet data will create. Then slow by one we'll go for advanced things. Kannada, English, so I'll create some names. Okay, to go to the next cell, that means horizontal wise, you have to use tab key. So you know what is tab key? Above caps lock it will be there, tab key. So if you press tab key, it will go to the next cell, row wise, sorry, column. So it will go to the next column in right side if you press tab key. And if you press down arrow or enter key, it will go downward. Enter key or arrow keys, up and down arrow. You can use right, left and right arrow also. Just give enter, it will go automatically down. If you want to go right side, tab key you have to use. Tab for right side to go right side, enter key for to go down side. To edit the cell, double click on the cell again. If you want to edit this cell again, double click on that, just type it. So I want to type some marks, so it will take time because I have to type lot. So what I'll do, I'll use a formula called RAND, RAND, and open brace, close brace. So this is called parenthesis. So it will give one random value. So this formula, what formula is applied in this cell, we can check in the formula bar. So I'll make it colorful theme only. Yeah. So you can always check the formula here itself. So I used rand. So it will give one random value, and from this corner, the rules you have to remember, always the formula will be starting with equals. Always from equals only it will start. Formula means always from equals it will start. RAND, rand, open brace, close brace. It will give one random value, and select the cell, and I'll zoom in a little bit. If you see in the corner of this cell, after selecting, you'll see a small square dot over here. Small square dot. On that square dot, just click and drag. So automatically the data will be duplicated for other cells also. On that square dot, you have to click and drag. So this formula will be applied for all the cells. But I don't want this kind of data. I want a proper data. So for that, I'm going to use one more formula, same formula only, rand between. So I can give my own number value. Okay, rand between. So and see in the bottom, it will ask to enter bottom value. So bottom value, I'll type of around 20, comma. So if comma is there means comma, and the top value I'll give around 100. So from 20 to 100, it has to give one random value. So it is giving 99. And from this corner, I'll click and hold and drag it. Again, from this corner for downward, from that square dot, click and hold it and drag it. So it'll give one random value here. So automatically, it will give one random value here. So I have created a demo data like that. If you want n number of names also you can create. Just to do scroll down and you can create names as you like. This one I'll do copy paste. So like this, some demo data you can create by yourself. So only names you have to type by yourself. And so this one I want to do little bit design, means you can go for font group. So you can apply bold and you can choose different types of font family. So you can use what type of font family you want. So this is called font or font family. So choose which one you like. I want this for some other font also you can choose. That one I'll give normal font. And for this I want to give some other color, you can choose. In the font group we have text color and the cell color. This is cell color and this is text color. And the cell color I'll choose some color. For row wise or column wise I'll give some other color. And for data I'll give some other color. Suppose if you are using dark color, the text is not visible, so I'll give light color for the text. So always understand the concept. If the background is dark, the text has to be light. If the text is dark, the background has to be dark. So remember that concept always. Okay. So bold I applied. Suppose if you don't want bold, you can remove the bold. For this also we have shortcut. That one I'll tell you later. So this data I want to copy. So when you use random between formula, we have some problem. I'll tell you what is that. If we change any value in this, if we give any value in this cell, in other cells, automatically this data will be changed. If you type anything in the other cells, this data also will get changed. See, you can see that. And if you delete also, it will get changed. So what I have to do, I'll select this everything. I'll do Control C, copy, or else I'll go to this, copy, Control C for copy, or just to do copy and go somewhere in the cell, in this particular sheet, select somewhere in some other cells. After copying, go to paste. So this is normal paste. So again, it will use the formulas, formats, everything. This color and all, it's called formats. Color and font style, everything is called formats. And the formulas also it is copied. So everything it is copied. But I don't want like that. I want only the values. So I'll go to this. If you click on the drop down menu, a small down arrow will be there here. Click on that, you'll get more options. And here paste values you'll be seeing. Click on only values. That's it. It won't take any formulas. So you can select the cell and check. And if you change any value in other cells also, it won't get changed. But here it will get changed. But here it won't get changed because this is normal data now. These cells don't have any formulas. So now what I'll do, I'll select this, Control C. I'll select this, Control V. This one I can delete. So this also I don't want. So this format I want, only the format I want. I don't want the formulas. for this. So that's why we have Format Painter. After selecting the cells, just click on the Format Painter and go to this and click and drag. The format will be automatically applied. That is the use of Format Painter. So now I can select this and delete. So if the format is not deleting, go to editing group, clear all formats. That's it. So now the sample data is created. So more about Format Painter, I'll tell you. Before that, what is cut, you should know. I'll select this entire data. Control X. Control X for cut, or you can click on this and go somewhere, Control V. So Control X means it will move one location to another location. Copy means I'll select this, Control C. Again, I'll come here, I'll paste it, Control V. Control C for copy, Control X for cut, Control V for paste. So copy paste means like a duplicate. So it will be here also, there also. But Control X means like moving one location to another location. That is Control X. So paste. If you forget the shortcut, just move the mouse on the tools or options. It will show the shortcut. So paste, Control V. Cut, Control X. Copy, Control C. Suppose if you are typing any text somewhere here also. So for this, I want to format some other design means exactly like this. I want to format means just click on the select first any cell in this, click on the Format Painter and click on this. Automatically it will apply what is there in that. So select the cell, Format Painter, apply. So exactly like that it will apply. For Format Painter also we have shortcut, Control Shift C. Control Shift C, then go to this, Control Shift V. Okay. So as it is Excel, we can't use that formula because lots of formulas is not applicable which we are using in the Word. Example, increasing the font size, Format Painter, and alignments. So alignments we have by default some alignments, but other alignments it won't support. So something you should remember from Word and Excel. So Format Painter, you have to select this only and you can apply. And suppose if you want to apply for multiple cells, select the cell, double click on this, you can apply n number of times. So whichever you want, or you can do click and drag. So Format Painter, remember, and Control Z for undo, Control Y for redo. So this also I'll write Control plus C for copy. Control plus X for cut. Paste. So don't get confused with Control P for paste, Control P for print, Control V for paste. So remember that. So a lot of people will get confused with this only. Control P is for print, Control V is for paste. So this is a this four thing. I think you got it. And other than that, this dialog box. What is the use of dialog box? If I select anything, I'll give clear all. I'll select anything. I'll do copy, Control C, and that will be copied to the clipboard. This is called clipboard. In the clipboard, it will get copied. Now I'll open Word, MS Word. Here also I'll enable clipboards, so that same data will be available here also. So directly you can paste it in Word also. So not only like that, when you want to copy multiple things, example. So this dialog box, if you click this icon, if you click, this clipboard will get enabled. I'll clear all, I'll do. So example, I'll copy only this. Control C. So that is copied. Again, I'll copy this. Control C. This also it is copied. Again, I'll copy this. Control C. Control C. Control C. Control C. So each thing it will be saved in the clipboard. And now I'll go to Word. So I'll delete this. Now you see 1, 2. So whichever you want, only that one you can click. Suppose only this one you want, that one you select. This one you want, that one you can select. So everything will come automatically. So wherever you want, you can align it properly. So in Word also you can do like this kind of customization. So again go back to Excel. That is a use of clipboard. Not only in the Word, you can by using clipboard you can access the data in PowerPoint also. Some other software which is from Microsoft site. So that is the use of clipboard. To enable clipboard, this dialog box icon you have to click. So to clear including the formats, you have to go to clear option. There you have to give clear all. So everything will go off. The editing group, clear option. Okay, now we'll come back to font group. I'll select everything. First thing is bold. Our first font group. So we have different types of font family. You can use anything you want. So these are called font families. We have lots of fonts. Don't use some complicated fonts like fantasy fonts for everything. Okay, so it won't attract towards the or you won't feel like to read that. It will attract only the design. It will focus, you'll mostly focus on the design, you won't read the contents. So always only give different types, some fantasy fonts for only the headings, and for the contents always use normal fonts. And one more thing, when you're doing a document or any books or workbook, don't use more than 3 fonts. It won't look that much good. At the same time, don't use more than 3 colors also. So avoid using lot of colors. If you want to look your work like professional way, you have to use less in colors and less font designs. And for the heading, I'll give the font size around 16, and you can increase step by step also. And so the some fonts are not visible, that means some letters are not visible. Go to this line and double click on that, so automatically you can maximize. In the column, double click on that, so the full text will be visible. Double click on that, mouse left click, and after that, if you want to apply bold, italic, everything you can apply. So shortcut also is there for bold, italic, underline. Control plus B for bold, Control plus I for italic, Control plus U for underline. So we want to use in every places, only if it is recommended yeah, required, you can use that. Bold, italic, underline. Italic is nothing but the letter will be little bit slant. So select the cell, italic, bold, the text will be little bit thicker, but already this font itself it's bold. Example, if we choose this little bit thicker, it won't increase the font size, little bit thickness it will increase. And italic and underline. So if it is required only, you have to use. And underline, we have 2 underline formats, double line, single line, or if you don't want, click on that, or you can use shortcuts. So I'll zoom out. And the font size, based on your requirement, you can increase. So this is to increase step by step, it is to decrease step by step. And after that, if you want to apply border for the table or data, it is not table, data, go for borders. This dotted thing is called borders. We have different types of borders, top border, left, right, everything. So example, only bottom borders. So first I'll clear all the formats, so to see the difference. And if you want to auto fit the cells, go to format, auto fit column width, so automatically it will fit. So I'll focus on this data. So if you want to apply border for this, like a box, go to this, all borders you have to give. One thick line will be there compared to this check boxes. one thick line will be there, and that color always you can change. Go to line color and choose which color you want. Again you have to go for border, all borders. Okay, so the thickness if you want, so only we have changed the colors. This small drop down menu, if you click, the option will be visible. So line color you know, and line style you click. So dotted line, double line, little bit thickness, and more thick. Again you have to go for all borders. So more thick. So in this only I want bottom border, only bottom border, but already we applied the borders. So I'll give no border, and once again I'll give only bottom border, so only bottom side, and left right like that, no borders, only outside the box. Suppose if you're selecting like this, only for this also you can apply borders, only outside borders. So like this you check this, and you can take draw border, you can draw borders wherever you want. And if you want to change the color, so like this you can draw. Not only which is there in the data, even the empty cells also you can draw the box. Actually using this you can do building drawings and all. So I'll show one demo using Excel also, if you are more creative. And if you want erase border, take erase border and you can erase which one you don't want. So like this you can erase. So like this you can create, like hall room, kitchen, bedroom, washroom, and puja room. So like this you can create, you can make this as the entrance. So like this for understanding purpose. So demo like, and you can type in this kitchen like this only you can type. Other than that you can create borders, or if you want to make something important in the data. So example, this data is more important, or if you find any minus value in this, that one you want to make it like red color means, so by first you convert to other colors. Yeah, now we can choose different types of rain color. Suppose if you want minus, so like this you can mark it by using borders. So using border you can give, you can do a lot of designs also, so remember. And next thing is cell color and text color. So this is cell color, whatever color you want you choose. So whatever the cells you have selected, for that it will apply. So always remember, if the background is light color, you have to give dark color as the text. If the background is dark color, the text you have to make it light color. Okay. Now, in this cell, if you see the data which we typed, it is not exactly in the center. So you can make this data into exactly in the center by going to alignment group, center alignment, and top and center. So why we need these two means, suppose when you have bigger rows and cells, so this data if you want in the center exactly like this, left center or left corner, center, exactly both the thing are center, top corner and bottom corner. So like this you can arrange. Everything you can select, just click on this center elements. So always remember, for that means where I have to use shortcuts, wherever you move the mouse, if the shortcut is visible, okay, that one you can use the shortcut. So for left alignment, right alignment, example, I'll press Ctrl L, it won't come, because in Excel for alignments and all we have different types of sorry, that Ctrl L, Ctrl R, for those things we have different types of options, not like Word. And after that, in the alignment group, we have text direction. When you having this kind of bigger rows, we can go for angle, counterclockwise, clockwise, vertical. So I have to increase. So however you want, you can arrange the text. And after that we have indent of the text. Example, if you have bigger cells like this, so this is automatically aligned in the center, but if you use indent, exactly where you want you can align in that particular cell. When you have bigger size cells, you can arrange the data exactly where you want, only left side and right side. That is the use of indent. Or if you're not using this any indents, just use center alignment and out of it. So this is indent when you are having bigger size cells. And wrap text, that means when you want to type more lines. Suppose this text is like this, and if I give wrap text, it will split automatically. So it won't, but if you don't enable wrap text, if the cell size is small, the text won't be visible. Okay, suppose in this cell something is there, means that computer science won't be visible properly. So that time you can apply wrap text, so it will show all the text which is there in that particular cell. So that is the use of wrap text. Okay. If you're not enabling wrap text, you have to give auto fit. And finally, merge cells. What is the use of merge cells? Example, for this I want to give a title. I'll select this every cells up to this. I'll give merge center. So that 5 cells, 5 or 6 cells becomes becoming as a one cell. So this from here to here it is only one cell. If you type any text, so I'll take format painter, from this cell to this cell I'll apply, and I'll select this. I'll make it merge center, and automatically it will become center. And for that also, if you want to use some other color, so for the format you no need to bother. Click on click on this, and apply for this. And you can increase the fonts always whenever you want. So marks card. And for this cell, if you want to apply border a little bit, you apply. But when you are using this kind of diagonal text, it won't be look good. So remember that. The border color is not good. So like this, you can create a table and you can design like this, which looks more attractive. Okay.
Sir, enough for the day, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to finish now. Yeah, today.
Yes, sir.
So just I'll tell file tab. I just explained about the workspace, and in file tab and some options in the home tab. Okay. And in home tab, clipboard, font and alignment. Up to this I've completed. So till this much you just do practice. Okay. No need, I'm not giving any assignment today. Assignments from next class onwards I'll give you. So just you have to practice. So that's it for today. And remember that always give your name properly, because based on this only we are taking attendance. When you are signing in, enter your name properly. So any questions from anyone? That's it for today.
Nothing, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay then, thank you everyone.